if you feel like I'm being coming down on the young guys, I actually look at it completely different. I'm not coming down on the young guys. I think I'm not giving up on any of the young guys right now. And I'm not being too hard on them. I'm being hard on the fans who think these guys should be ready right now. Like, if you're a fan out there who's saying, why is it Kuminga, Wiseman, they should be playing. Like, you're the ones, like, those are the kind of people who are putting a lot of pressure on them and demanding something right now. Like, and I don't think that's fair. I don't.
To the players.
Exactly. But I don't think it's fair to the team either if you are going to try to win a title this year.
Okay, and we talked about that. Like, from a James White, if it's his mom, his cousin, his brother, girlfriend, whoever, you came to the worst situation. Now, you got a ring, but you didn't contribute because you were hurt. My point being, Steiny, is you got to tell fans now then, okay, when you got these young hot shots that could jump out the gym or they got the athleticism, put a number on their jersey that represents the year when they're going to be ready, because Dub Nation, especially last year with Kuminga, he was getting some run. So I believe last year was the year to where, okay, Steiny, we'll give you this, Dub. This ain't the year where the contributions from Jonathan Kuminga are going to come. But Steiny, you can't look me in the face and say he wasn't playing a good 15 to 17 minutes every other night. So they were like, this is going to be the breakout season for Kuminga. This is it. And it didn't happen. And now we're hearing.
Who said it was going to be a breakout season? See, this is where, like, did you hear Bob when we talked 2 timelines? Didn't you hear him? He said, well, I never said that. I don't know who's been saying 2 timelines. But he's like, but I never did. And then you know why they never did? Is because they knew that asking Wiseman and Kuminga to be championship players at 20 and 21 was unrealistic. I'm
going to give you that, but also give me this. The opportunity, it has been there since game 1 for these 2 gentlemen to go seize it and be a mainstay or even crack the rotation through 11 games. They've had that opportunity, and that's what this season, to me, represented to the fans. It wasn't going to be, from game 1, you're a DMP. You have had opportunities, fellas, to go out there and ball, and I hear what you're saying, Steiny, it ain't manifested. Now, who's at fault? If Rob's right, the OGs ain't giving them the ball, you're playing the wrong system. These 2 gentlemen have been put on the floor and could have seized an opportunity.
Right, but asking them to seize an opportunity on a championship team is different than seizing an opportunity on a horse bleep team. That's all that's happening here. The Warriors are champions. They can't get on the floor. They're not better than anybody. And you can't talk about the greatness of the Warriors culture and then say, well, they should just throw those 2 guys on the floor even though they haven't earned it. That's the opposite of Warriors culture. So, again, like, am I being hard on the young guys? To me, it's like, no. You guys are expecting way too much out of them, and to my way of thinking, probably expected more than the team itself. But that,
Well, with Bob with that 1.5, that was as real as it gets to me. And let me ask you this about Wiseman. We talked about the hands. Oh, God. Steiny, how hard is it to set a screen? Because his screen set. Zaza used to do it with the best of them.
Not the easiest thing in the world.
Well, again, I'm not putting myself in the NBA. I used to set them. I dare you to run into his shoulders.
I cannot believe I'm going to say this, but you know why you were good at it? Because you're big, strong, and you're ready to take the contact from a defensive player who's going to run your ass over. Who are the best screen setters for the Warriors? Zaza.
He was phenomenal.
Who's like a tombstone.
Bounce off
and
me.
Bogut. Right. And JaVale McGee, not as great of a screen setter. James Wiseman, he's not.
But DeAndre Ayton, I watch it. He sets an okay screen.
How old is the Ayton?
See, he ain't 40.
How many years did Ayton play in college?
Oh, my goodness.
1. Yeah. But he had 30 games. Wiseman.
I'm worried, man.
You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be.
So I'm not running material. He's going to wake up. We don't know where he's going to be. Hopefully he's here in Golden State. Is he going to wake up one day, Steiny, and get all this?
No, it's going to happen over time. It's going to happen over time with Wiseman. Let's go to Lafayette. Larry in Lafayette. Hey, Larry, what's going on, man?
Well, I'm with Steiny all the way on this. I felt from the beginning that the ages of Kuminga, less so Moody, and Wiseman meant that they were going to take too long to develop, and we only got a few years of Steph's prime left. We lost 2 key players, GB2, who's clamped down on defense, and Otto Porter, who knew how to play the game, and Bielka, too. Belly was a loss. So, all 3 of those guys could get out there and stay on the floor without fouling in 3 minutes. And the other problem I think we've got is the starters, something's off. I mean, Poole looks like he's unhappy to be out there.
It does.
I don't know what's going on. The other side of it is they're not playing any defense, and the reason the second unit looks so horrible plus minus, at least part of it, is that by the time they get out there, the other team's in the bonus already, every quarter.
That's a good point. That's a real good point.
So it's really, really ugly right now, and they have to do something, or we are wasting the last 3 to 4 years of a multi-generational talent.
That won't happen. He's right.
Thanks,
we just
Larry.
talked to the
What do you
guy.
mean it won't happen?
Bob, there's a term in the movie Top Gun, one of my favorites, ready to fire. Bob knows. They know it's relatively early. No panic. But he ain't dumb. And they don't have the rings they have looking at what we're looking at. And he can only say so much time. They'll be ready to fire. And my point, the reason I bring that up, they ain't wasting what the chef has left in the bottle. Yeah. And right now it's something, it's more than a corner. The chef is not the problem. He will go get the help they need to keep this thing going.
It's not up to Bob.
Well,
it's up to Joe Lacob. It's up to Joe Lacob.
The winner.
You have to convince Joe Lacob that his 2 young prize draft picks aren't going to be good. And I don't think Joe Lacob's there yet.
Remember, he defended Camille. It was
7:07, Goo. I waited an hour and a half to talk. Not fair. All I wanted to say was, okay, Kuminga at the low post. His game is like Dominique Wilkins.
Where did the hour where?
It's not like Dominique Wilkins. That's the issue with Kuminga. He's not a 3. He can't dribble.
And that bothers
I guess
me.
I'm being too harsh.
No, you're not. I told you that he had to get one handy.
What I'm saying is Dominique Wilkins is a 3. Kuminga's not a 3.
And Dominique Wilkins was a Hall of Famer.
Well, you compared him to Karl Malone and the other kid and Wiseman to David Robinson.
That's not a good comp.
Well, you did.
It was
No, that's who. Those are the 2.
It was Banchero.
Karl Malone was Kuminga, and you said David Robinson for Wiseman.
If we find the tape, those are the X-Files. Hey, real quick about Ayton. He does look like Greg Oden.
First of all, he looks like he's 40.
That's what
I would have loved it. You know what?
They look like somebody got it from the text
I was
line.
getting carded at 40 because I still couldn't grow a beard. He was getting into bars at 14.
Yeah, you and me both.
Yeah, let's go to Mark in San Bruno. What's up, Mark? How you doing, man?
Doing?
Hey, how are you, buddy?
Mark.
Good. All right, here's what I got, man. I've been saying for 3 years we got to get rid of this Wise bust. He has no skills, man. When we saw 3 games out of college, he looked like the greatest player ever. But when he got on the court, he has no hands. He can't rebound. He can't block out. I mean, I've never seen anything like this before. And everybody, all they keep saying is, oh, he's young. Let's wait. Yep. He lost all his trade value now. But the one guy who has lost all his trade value too is Kyrie Irving. He would be a great backup point guard for us if he's willing to do it. So I would trade Poole and Wiseman for Kyrie.
Good luck with that.
Let me ask you a question. Would you want Kyrie on this team? I know you would. You want anybody who's been overrated?
No, he's
career.
done, Steiny. No, he ain't on nobody's trading block. Somebody said you're assaulting the mic. I thought it was a 4. San Jose Jazz fan on YouTube.
Yeah, we met that guy. See, you don't remember people. We met him down at Santa Clara.
Oh, you not remembering Rob from San Bruno? We took pictures. Yeah.
Show me a photo of him.
I'm doing a show.
That doesn't keep you from being distracted other times. Okay. No. He brought up Wiseman. And actually, I said this to Kyle.
I'm trying to defend him, man.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing. I think, obviously, they're young. I'm willing to give them more time. But here's the issue now. They might, it's on the table that they may not be good.
Right.
It's not just, they'll be fine.
Give them time.
It's still on the table that they might not be able to contribute on a championship level.
I think that comes with every pick, Steiny. Yes.
Yeah. So why did you expect them at 20 to be able to do that? Why did fans expect that?
At 240 pounds, now 250, probably 254.
Here's what I tell you what, and I am convinced. I'm convinced. I'd love to get Lacob to answer honestly, but I'm convinced that Wiseman and Kuminga were not selected to help immediately. They were selected to be ready at the end of Curry's tenure.
There's no way,
Well,
man.
then why didn't they draft more seasoned players?
Okay. Well, no, that's a question. I'll wait for the answer.
Thank you. Why didn't they take
How were they going to get to be ready if this is the if this was the way you're going to navigate? You get ready by playing in games. With what you got right now, we still are playing at championship level. That's what
you don't get to play on a team that's at a championship level.
I understand that.
See, don't you get it? They need to know how to become champions. And you don't just throw them out on the floor with champions. They're not ready.
So we could just ask them two to want to play in the World Tournament. When do you get ready?
When they're 23, 24.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
So you got those resources Joe Lacob's going to just put on pause? And
it's not put on pause. He's not putting anything on pause. They won a title last year with two 20-year-olds.
Yeah, right, but
so
they really they didn't participate much at the end.
Exactly.
So now you're telling me Jerome, no shade at these guys, Lamb,
what does that tell you?
And Green.
What does it tell you?
Are going to go on a magical run to go back-to-back in the West?
They might with DiVincenzo.
You tell that person to call me. You tell that person that will call our station, 888-957-9570, and you tell me DiVincenzo, JaMychal Green, Lamb, and what's my man name?
Well,
Poole ain't in this. What's my guy name? I say look like
Ty
Lucas.
Jerome.
That's enough. That ain't enough.
Well, guess what? Guess what's worse than that? Poole.
Oh, do you get it?
I'll tell you who's worse than Jerome and Lamb.
And I like those guys.
Poole, JaMychal, Green, Kuminga and Wiseman. Sorry, Goo. Why? What's Lamb's first name? I don't even know.
Jeremy.
Anthony Lamb. Guru.
Jeremy.
Guru.
Okay, yeah.
Why did Anthony Lamb,
who I like,
play twice as much as either Kuminga
I get it.
or Moody
I get it.
ahead of Wiseman with 0?
I get it.